Welcome everybody to Magnolia on Money,
where we discuss everything financial from the economy to retirement.
This is Magnolia on Money. Welcome back everybody. Today's show is on QCDs, or Qualified Charitable Distributions. We've got an easy example, we think, that will help explain what those are. But before we get into this, a qualified charitable distribution is how you can pay your charitable donations directly from your IRA, not going to you first, and reduce the amount of money that you have to pay taxes on. Now, a couple of things you need to be aware of. You need to be 70 and a half before you can do these. That's current law. Also, of course, you need an IRA. If you don't have an IRA, this really doesn't help you. And then I guess the other thing probably we're missing, you need to be taking standard deduction. Mm-hmm. So I'll let Forrest explain, and some of those rules may start to make sense with this.
Yeah, and the reason why you need to be taking standard deduction is because if you're itemizing, like very few Americans are right now, the standard deduction is so high, it's around maybe $31,000.
For a couple.
That's right.
Yep.
So if you're itemizing and you're donating to a charity, you're actually getting a tax benefit for that. If you're taking standard deduction, you're not getting any additional tax benefit by donating monies to a charity or to a church.
So what you're saying is money that comes from your IRA that you take home, you're 70 and a half, you take $10,000 from your IRA comes home, and then you write a $5,000 check to your church or whatever charity. If your standard deduction, that you do not get a tax deduction because you've already taken the standard. So how do we take advantage of our donations that may help us?
Yeah, so currently what we see a lot of people doing is they take money from their IRA and they bring it home or into their checking account, and they pay taxes on that money because it shows up as taxable income. Then, like Ed said, in turn, they're writing a check to the church or to the charity, and they're not getting any additional benefit from it. But if we skip forward and look at QCDs, how they work is the checkbook is associated with their retirement account, their IRA, and they write a check directly from the IRA to the church or to the charity of their liking. That avoids money coming into the home or into the checking account. Therefore, we avoid the taxes on that money that we give.
That's right. And so to clear up what Forrest was saying, when he says, a lot of people think, how do I have a checkbook on my IRA? So we use Charles Schwab for most of our IRAs, and Charles Schwab issues an actual checkbook linked to their investment account. And so someone says, I want to write a $5,000 check to my church. They get out their Charles Schwab checkbook, write the money directly to take the check to the church. It comes directly from their IRA. They never see the money. It's not, although it will show up on their 1099 as income they took, because they wrote this check, they're able to take that off, and it is not counted as taxable income. So this is a really good strategy. The other good thing about this is if you are required to take money, if you're at RMD age, required minimum distribution age, and the government says, hey, you've not taken any money out of these accounts, it's time for you to start taking money out so we can start taxing it. The QCD amount you can reduce. So let's say your required distribution was $10,000 for 2025. So you have to take $10,000 out of your IRA, and you have to pay taxes on the $10,000, or it has to show up as income. But if we took $5,000 and we wrote it directly to the charity of your choice, that $5,000 is no longer taxable, which reduces the amount of money of your RMD you have to actually, tax. You still give to the charity of your choice, and just think, if you're writing a $5,000 check and your tax rate is 20%, it ends up being a lot of money, right at $1,000. Yeah. So these are the way that QCDs work. We use them. It's a great tax strategy for certain people. So if you're someone who is charitably inclined, you're 70 and a half, you have an IRA, you're starting to take money out, you're standard deduction, all those things, this could be a great option for you. So if you're one of those people, you want to know more about it, call us. We'll be glad to talk to you about QCDs and how they work. But as always, God bless. Y'all have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.